pretty popular theory, floating around the community since the end of Remake, is that at some point in the sequel, Zack will be a playable character. Intergrades seem to reinforce this idea as we see Zack standing outside the church, about to greet Aerith after his lengthy absence. Not only that, but the 2-disc system has also managed to lean people in this direction. One way or another, it appears Zack is back, and the easiest way for us to explore his perspective is to include him as a playable character, Buster Sword and all. But this theory then begs the question, if Zack Fair is indeed a playable character, who will his party members be? Or will he even have any? Because while the timeline has changed, and anything can happen from here on out, I still have a hard time seeing any of Cloud's party members, like Aerith, Red 13, Vincent Valentine, joining up with Zack until we get closer to the end of the game. Zack and Cloud reuniting seems like a plot point they will save until pretty close to the end. So with that in mind, I thought I'd take a look at the likeliest candidates to join up with Zack when he gets that playable segment in Rebirth. First off is the lovable Turk Cisne. I'm sure I'm not the only one who wants to learn more about her fate after Crisis Core, and there will never be a better opportunity than right now to explore her character through this new iteration of FF7. In fact, I would even go a step further and say it'd be rather surprising if Cisne doesn't make her way into Rebirth in some way, shape, or form. She seemed to form quite the friendship with Zack, and I would imagine she would be one of the first people Zack tries to track down upon learning of Aerith's disappearance. And there's a strong chance she would join up with him too, seeing as the last time they met, she defied orders, letting him escape. So it doesn't seem too far-fetched to think that we could see them working together to take down Shinra from inside Midgar. The next character that has a chance to join Zack's party is one who many love to hate, and that would be none other than Genesis. Because despite being the final boss in Crisis Core, it does appear as though he's trying to seek redemption at the end, before ultimately he was taken by Nero and Vice to likely be further experimented upon. Now, I'm of the belief that Genesis was cured of his degradation in the finale, but just like with Cisne, it's hard to know what ultimately became of him, since we never really saw him again in the original FF7 compilation, except for that quick scene at the end of Dirge of Cerberus. But now that this new remake timeline exists, you can bet Genesis won't be left on the sidelines. Perhaps Zack learns of his survival and works to free him, or maybe he manages to escape Deep Ground all on his own. Either way, Genesis does seem like a character Zack is likely to encounter on his journey. We'll just have to see if the two would form an alliance or a party together, should they ever be reunited. Some other characters that could join Zack in his new fight include the Avalanche trio of Biggs, Wedge, and yes, even Jessie, as we are still not quite sure as to her ultimate fate, now that it appears the timeline may have changed. And all these people are in the same location at this point, in Midgar, so it would certainly make sense for Zack to meet up with them during a potential playthrough. And not only that, their intentions do seem to align. Taking down the corrupt Shinra or Deep Ground is likely to be a main focus, so kinda only makes sense for them to join forces. And if Zack is indeed playable, who better to help him than a member of Avalanche, or perhaps two? What I want to know is who you think could join forces with Zack on his new journey. Ultimately, what other two characters can you see joining his party? Any of the people I mentioned, or perhaps someone else? Just leave any thoughts in the comment section below, and feel free to hit like or subscribe for more FF7 Rebirth content. My name's Kafi, and I truly hope you have a great day, every day. May your heart be your guiding key, my friends. And as always, happy gaming.